Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned. Hello guys, welcome to Global Happenings. Today we have a trending news here for you, and the headline of the news reads: Loretta Onoche wins her way back to the Igbos as she exposes Ekeremadu and the cause of Southeast underdevelopment. Alright, but before we continue with details of the news and further analysis, we'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also on the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish videos on YouTube. The aide to President Muhammadu Buhari on social media, Loretta Onoche, has blown hot again. This time she has targeted the former Deputy Senate President Ekeremadu. She took to her Twitter to share a post and a link to a Facebook thread where she posted details of how funds meant for Enugu roads were diverted by Jonathan Ivoke, an assistant to Ekeremadu on project. We are going to read exactly the message in full. And she writes, I am not from the Southeast. I have no link whatever with the Southeast, but the issue of underdevelopment in my South is similar to that of the Southeast. Federal projects are rarely executed by those who nominated them as constituency projects. Funds for these projects are diverted to live luxurious lifestyle in Abuja, Dubai, and elsewhere, leaving the communities this project were meant for high and dry. The above was the issue when the assistant of project to ex-deputy president of the Senate, Senator Ekeremadu, Jonathan Ivoke, decided to be clever by half. To think that he has just turned 60 with no common sense or pity for Senator Ekeremadu's people nor his own people is sad, really sad. Tracker NG is an outfit that tracks constituency projects across our nation. Tracker NG found out that Bamboo Nigeria Limited did not deliver on the project that he was awarded on the nomination of Senator Ekeremadu. Rather than shamefully bow his face in shame, Jonathan Ivoke decided on an attempt at insulting me. I had nothing to do with the investigation that revealed Bamboo Nigeria Limited did not do the job contracted to it. Jonathan Ivoke was secretary at the FCDA under the immediate past administration, where accountability was next to zero, unlike now. I won't bore you with the rest of his political journey, but instead of the lazy and patriotic copy and paste section of the Nigerian media to investigate who is shortchanging Ndigbos, they rush out to publish his nonsense. They didn't wonder why Bamboo Nigeria Limited, which was on the signpost, was conspicuously missing from the trash they published for him. I decided to do their job. Have you guessed it already? Yes, Jonathan owns Bamboo Nigeria Limited, the company that abandoned projects awarded to his boss as constituency project. Please do the maths. Bamboo Nigeria Limited, RC number, that's registration number 279545, registered address number 3A Valley Crescent, Independent Layout, Enugu State. Share capital 3 million. The directors are all Ivoke's family. Number 1 is Ivoke Jonathan. Number 2 is Ivoke Beatrice. Number 3 is Ivoke Maureen. Number 4 is Ivoke Beatrice. Number 5 is Ivoke Masal. Number 6 is Ivoke Ambrose. Number 7 is Ivoke Jonathan Ebubechukwu. Then shareholder stroke share. Ivoke Jonathan Achara has 1,600,000 shares. Ivoke Beatrice 400,000 shares. Ivoke Maureen 200,000 shares. Ivoke Beatrice Chinonso 200,000 shares. Ivoke Masal 200,000 shares. Ivoke Ambrose Kamsi 200,000 shares. Ivoke Jonathan Ebubechukwu 200,000 shares. Now, looking through this, you will realize that all of them are from Jonathan Ivoke's family by virtue of their name, and I believe that this information is traceable to their registration details in CAC, that is Corporate Affairs Commission. All right. She went further. She said, Jonathan Ivoke has the street name after him in Abuja, but he will not execute road projects for ordinary people who are represented by his business partner, Senator Ekeremadu. They collect projects for these communities, but yet they do not execute it as expected. She went further to say, this is clearly how the Southeast is being underdeveloped. I am compiling a list of all the contracts he has collected up to a few days ago. Senator Ekeremadu, Jonathan Ivoke's Bamboo Nigeria Limited must deliver to Ndigbo. If this is not true, sue me. Wow, that's a strong one. I'll read that again. He said, this is clearly how the Southeast underdeveloped the Southeast. I'm compiling a list of all the contracts he has collected up to a few days ago. Senator Ekeremadu's Jonathan Ivoke's Bamboo Nigeria Limited must deliver to Ndigbo's. If this is not true, sue me. If Jonathan Ivoke or anyone for that matter thinks that I have no right to comment on national issues because of the disdain for President Buhari, a man trying under a difficult situation to fix the mess they made, he is clowning. Those who ask to serve Ndigbo, including Ekeremadu, must deliver to Ndigbo everything that they have received on behalf of Ndigbo from the federal government. Henceforth, I'll be watching you. God bless Nigeria. Loretta Onoche. All right, those were actually the words from Loretta Onoche. For the first time, she's talking in favor of the Nigerian people. I know a lot of people may not really want to listen to whatever she's saying, but I think this is quite critical that we must give ears to it. But before we go on with analysis, we'd like to first of all look at some of the comments by respondents who have seen this post. This one said, I pity my people. This woman deserves kudos for exposing corruption. These are Igbo action. Whenever such an issue is raised, all will never do us any good. The road being mentioned are our Igbo roads, yet we didn't find it worthy to make it motorable. Let our social media warriors be wise a bit. The trade we managed before is no longer with us. Then the people that are representing us are failing. This one says both Ekeremadu and Loretta Onoche are extremely substandard and irresponsible. The truth is that all Igbo representatives, including Ngigi and Umahi, are there for the interest of their pocket. They are all deeply soiled in corruption, fraud, and deceit. The collective fortunes of the Igbos are in their stomach and pocket. All the governors in the Southeast are equally the same. As a result, they are supporting the center, hoping in vain that their sins will be covered. That's why they cannot stand up for the Igbos. Just know that what Loretta Onoche is doing, some people in the presidency and EFCC are drumming for her. Ekeremadu will go the way of Saraki. Federal government will expose and take over most of their property. The problem is that most of these monies they stole will end up with the federal government. What a shame. I don't care what the North is doing. They appear to be succeeding against us because we never had good and equal representation. Well spoken. This one said, that's why when you go to the ECU, you cannot see any good road because we don't have any good representative in the government. They are all interested in their pocket. This one said, Loretta Onoche is nothing but a useful idiot who sold her soul to terrorists. How can you be used to shamelessly to chase shadows by smear campaign without empirical verification except taking pictures just to tarnish the image of Ikodu, a transformer of Enugu West? You attack Nigerian Christians to please the Islamists, and then you turn around to attack Ipob and your Igbo brothers to please your devilish employer in Asoro. A hired, young, foolish, and idiotic woman. Well, that's really tough there. And this one said, we the people of Enugu West are comfortable with Senator Ekeremadu, so stop emphasizing on things you know nothing about. Ekeremadu is one of the best senators when it comes to projects in the East. We don't care about the contractors or company. All we care is to ensure or enjoy all the good roads attracted by Ikocha. So you are making baseless statement. All right, that's where we're going to stop. There's still a lot that I can continue reading so that you hear the heartbeat of the people in respect to this. And I want to say that this is really, really disheartening to know that our leaders, who we believe that they are representing us, are not representing us at all. They are even the people that are shortchanging Nigerians. Imagine knowing the situation of things in the country and knowing how the Igbos have been marginalized thus far in terms of development, in terms of representation, and you are given that opportunity to represent them and also to carry out constituency project. All what you could do is to pocket all the monies that are given to you. Ekeremadu may not be fully involved here, but let the truth be said that it is his own duty to ensure that all projects that he has given out, project monies that have been given to him, which he has also assigned to a contractor, must be carried out. Now, some people are trying to some extent, defend the Jonathan Ivoke, and some people are talking about Ekeremadu and applying him for what he has done. My brother, they are not doing you any favor. You voted them in there to represent your interest. And if they are voted in there to represent our own interest, every money that is meant to be spent so that at least for once you can drive your car, you can drive your bike on the road without getting stuck, my brother, you deserve it. Even if they do 10 and there's one that they have not done, or they do 5 and there's another 5 which they have pocketed the money, they don't deserve the right to pocket the money. Let us be real. Let's not try to, legitimate, make corruption a legitimate thing, just because of the fact that we are enjoying a little of the whole that we are meant to enjoy. No, it's absolutely wrong. I think these people must be exposed. And it's not the issue of Anocha, Loretta Anocha. I know she speaks from the two sides of her mouth. She lies a lot. Oftentimes we've seen her lies. We had published it. Most of the time she lies a good deal. Sometimes I believe maybe not lies, but maybe she has not done her job very well as she's supposed to do by carrying out quality investigation before she does it. So this issue is a case that must be properly investigated, but I seem not to see any lie in it. I seem not to see any lie in it because, according to her, there is a particular website that tracks all those constituency projects that have not been carried out. I think this must be handled assiduously. The EFCC should jump into action. It's not the duty of Anocha. She has exposed how far these people have gone in respect to this. Though I know that she has been saying trash for a while and all of that. But this one that she has exposed, which is the Southeast, underdeveloping the Southeast, EFCC should jump into action and should see how they will bring this Jonathan Ivoke to book. Let him explain why contracts will be handed over to him and he will not carry it out. And also the community that, they have an idea that money has been doled out to these guys and they are keeping the money. I think they should be the one to write a complaining letter to EFCC telling them about this situation, because this is their own right. One person is not meant to pocket the money that is meant for the constituency. Is absolutely wrong. And these are some of the things that they should go ahead and correct once at least. Let these people be dealt with. Let them have an understanding that they are meant to be accountable to the people. Don't forget that fairly recently that they have talked about, calling them to account for all the constituency monies that they have been collecting thus far. I think the federal government should jump into action to ensure that this is carried out assiduously.
Well, for me, this is a good one coming from Loretta, because she's usually not, she doesn't do this often, say the truth the way it is. Why I feel this may be fact and not propaganda is the fact that she even puts herself in the line by saying, if it's a lie, sue me. That's a strong one for someone who knows the implication of false news, false information. Don't forget, she already have one court case waiting for her concerning the issue of false information. So to me, I feel she's knowledgeable enough to know that what she's saying, if it's not true, court cases are coming for her. But let's go into the main case in proper. The other time I was having an interaction with one of my colleagues on the same issue of projects and senators and constituency projects, and I saw the jubilation in the hearts of the people in Lagos when Senator Gbajamela, during Christmas, doled out laptops, he gave some minor mini capital cars, to empower the constituency people, and the whole place went agog. They were so happy. Oh, this man is the best. And I was like, why do we like to celebrate mediocrity? They now started calling him big names. In fact, they almost changed his name to Chief. And I asked the question. Now, these monies were given to them for the people. For all you know, this may be probably one of the first time he's doing this, because there have been a series of issues of audits coming in that respect. So they need to now give, and a whole lot of them do this towards the end of their tenure. They will not do something so that next time of re-elections they come in. But what I'm trying to say, in effect, that's Gbajamela now. Now he did something, everybody's shouting and screaming. In the eastern part, it has become a source of worry. You'll be surprised if they go into audit. Bamboo Nigeria Limited, as this Invoke guy, you will be surprised that money he siphoned by half, if indeed, because it's an allegation yet, it's not yet been proven, if indeed he did siphon, he did defraud the people of Enugu State, you will be surprised that he's not only the one doing it. There are partners, there are people involved who just used his name as a figurehead to, give out the contract. You'll be surprised which hands and what hands have passed those monies about. And if they're going to go through investigations, all those names may come out. And if there are strong people behind who are also involved in this money fraud thing, they will die the matter down before it goes up. But that's why the Igbos are keep complaining marginalization. But you may just be surprised. If you keep shouting marginalization, does it mean that the Eastern, there are no budgets for the states? What are the governors doing? If there are budgets, how come every time the Easterners are always at the receiving end? You keep hearing they've been budgeted for, they've signed this budget into law and all that and other state. They have budget for the year. They have started disbursing the money, but yet the status quo of the Ndigbos remains the same. Does it mean that it's President Buhari that is not giving them the allocation, or they have given them the allocation, they have just decided to siphon it and divert to other places, and they all keep quiet and keep blaming the central? I will say this, even if I'm not saying I'm against autonomy, but if we recycle the same politicians, I tell you, I bet you it's going to be the same thing. Yes. Even if you call autonomy, what autonomous state, if it comes this way with the same set of politicians that are this corrupt, I tell you there won't be any difference. Just be a change of name. The same characteristics will be there. I think time comes. Yes, I think time should come when there should be total upholding. There should be total change of hands from politicians. These guys are already used to eating they're no more in millions. They're not eating billions. So what do you want to tell them? Even if the money is not up to billions, let the people suffer. Because we need the billions. We are tired of millions. They've graduated from millions to billions. And it's still the same story. So honestly, I'm not sure I can talk from now to tomorrow, but I do know that if this allegation is true, Jonathan is not the only one eating this money. There are many hands involved. It's just the figurehead involved here.
All right, thank you very much. And this is really a serious case. That's why we've taken time to talk about it. Go to our comment section, let us interact. Tell us what's your position on this. And I think this is really targeted at the Enugu guys, and not just Enugu alone. All the Southeasterners should look into this case critically and tell us. So some persons may be located in those communities where these things are. Try to, let Nigerians understand your position, what has been happening there. As much as I know, the last time I traveled through those routes, I realized that for